Maybe you are asking, what are living foods? Living foods are any plant-based foods that have recently been harvested from the earth and have not been heated above 115 to 118 degrees. In some cases, these plants can be dried and dehydrated at low temperatures and are still considered live by many health enthusiasts. I personally prefer foods that have not been dried, and I try to stick to local plants recently harvested from their growth source. The closer the food source is to you, the later it can be harvested, and the more viable nutrients that will be inside of your plant-based foods. The plant kingdom has many awesome elements that are beneficial to the human body. Minerals, vitamins, phytonutrients, enzymes, and even a life force. All of these elements, specifically the enzymes in live food, have a heat intolerance factor. When heated beyond their tolerance levels, enzymes denature or become weak and are unable to effectively metabolize plant nutrients. Eating live foods, or going raw, seems to be a new trend. In reality, however, humans have been eating live foods, aka raw foods, since the dawn of time. Unfortunately, since the Industrial Revolution, more and more processed and pre-packaged convenient fast foods have replaced living fresh foods. But the good news is that there seems to be a resurgence of living plants, raw and vegan awareness. There is also a life force to all living things. Although still being researched, I am sure the life force begins to decline after the plant is harvested from the source. Therefore, eating fruits and vegetables as close to harvest as possible is the best option and the most beneficial to your health and to your taste buds. Additionally, research has shown us that boiling water changes its molecular structure. There are indications that the human body produces white blood cells to attack overheated foods as an infection, while live plants do not cause a rise in your white blood count. Thus, it would appear that live food is accepted as a friend to your body. Is a raw or vegan diet the only way to improve your health? The answer, of course, is no. Over the last few decades, hundreds of diet types have been created and have helped millions of people become healthy and fit. But out of all of the diet types in the world, there is only one that I and thousands of other nutrition experts recommend when trying to combat major diseases such as cancer, rare blood disorders, fibromyalgia, and many other difficult disorders. And that diet is a diet based on eating live plants. The live and raw plant kingdom has every element needed to keep you healthy and to combat disease. So the moral of the story is, if you want to stay as healthy as possible for as long as possible, then eat uncooked plant-based foods that are local as often as possible. Does this mean you need to consume live foods 100% of the time? No, it does not. But I recommend consuming live foods as often as possible. Try at least 70% to 80%, and I know you will feel an increase in your energy in a very short time. If your goal is a 100% living foods diet, then go about the change slowly and intuitively. Meaning, listen to your body and do not push it too fast. Do you think this is impossible or not fun? Think again. Tens of millions of people have made the transition to a living foods diet and are enjoying life. Lastly, there are two types of raw/living food methods. Living foods, simplified, LFS. This is the method I follow. With this method, living food enthusiasts enjoy their live foods as close and direct from the vine as possible. LFS individuals typically lead busy lives and do not like spending too much time in the kitchen prepping food. They eat fresh fruits, vegetables, herbs, and wild plants by hand, in salad form or in blended form, and rarely use their time to dehydrate or create foods like crackers, raw breads, raw cookies, raw cakes, and etc. Living Foods, Gourmet, LFG. This is the method my wife loves to follow. I, of course, do all of the prep work for her. With this method, LFG individuals love gourmet foods regardless if they lead busy lives. They want cakes, cookies, bread, cheese, non-dairy of course, and a host of other prepared foods. Basically, they want the old lifestyle they used to enjoy, but made with better living ingredients. They want to have their cake and eat it too. Delicious gourmet recipes are possible in the raw food world. One just needs to spend a little more time in the kitchen dehydrating, sprouting, making non-dairy cheeses, sauces, and other time-consuming delicious recipes. Either method is acceptable and highly enjoyable. I recommend trying both. In summary, purchase local produce. Pick local wild weeds that are nutritious and stay away from store produce that is shipped long distances or from other countries. And of course, don't overheat your food. Your body will love you for it and reward you with higher energy. And you will love your body